I'm the nostalgia critic. I remember it so home.
Who was getting old. Each had a unique form. For David, it was to tend our father's sheep. But when Abinadab, Shammah, and I had left to join the army of Saul, David grew restless. Often, when our father went into the field, he would find David sleeping, his eyes staring far beyond the horizon, while the sheep wandered about the hillside.
Just really where I want to be? Pathetic loser?
Oh, Father, what are you doing in the field?
So I do what I always do when I get really depressed. I watch old nostalgia TV.
I watch the Father. They won't go far.
We cannot afford to lose a single man. Our men at war with the Philippines say when we shall be forced to live only on one cross.
Or when your biggest problem is
Now
I
are greatly outnumbered by the rest.
My brother was to find a way to speak like the Philistines.
I remember when my first episode actually sounded African. God, this is the only thing that brought me pleasure, just pure pathetic nostalgia. I am a rat!
And here it is open for one to join from the well. Four of my brothers will be with you. Let one of them see the sheep.
A crusade was a ways of escape Richard as its leader to meet the forces of Saul.
But I do not know if I will learn.
I was still too young to take up the sword, and my father too old.
Oh, but
But our
Father,
prayers
the time goes short. Why, even now,
he would return to England and to his field when
Calm us down from all this foam in your mouth and sponsorized controversy.
Why do you think your mommy and daddy are always telling you, don't put that in your mouth?
God damn it, Canada.
When he took those steps, he levied higher tributes on my brother David, the farming for the shopping and the money was paid when my father was to cash. David witnessed how Prince John was strong. And one day, David found into the coffers of the nobleman who had won Prince John's favor. By secretly planning to turn
were the army of King Saul?
Richard and
Father,
John
I know well. Would you give your consent to me to join my
There
brothers?
were many among the nobles who refused to follow Prince John, not as my father among them. When the farmers and the shopkeepers could no longer pay the high taxes or whether they were in order to go off this children, my father decided it the only return to your brothers this one and end to Prince John's eventually throne. We will carry also these young cheeses to the captain of their house. You will bring me back as well as your love hunting. I must be dark and still. We were suddenly roused. I found not your eyes here with disappointment. Some with a ring attached to the center. While others must remain at home.
Just the way I saw it coming.
Peering through the window of my room, I could see a group of men dressed in forest green outlined in light. Before them stood the sheriff of Buffalo. It was he who went about the countryside with his men to demand payment of taxes for Prince John.
Some way you look before you put anything in your mouth.
Except
There's something in your mouth. The person that you love.
I watched directly my father with the time came to the and our hands on the mountain. On a day when we engaged the village about the gardens, David went among them oriented. We will find out later. I saw the emperor and the farmers. They told him that we were in battle with the Philistines. My father refused and accused the sheriff and Prince John of dealing treacherously with the king during King Richard's absence. His time. He ordered the sheriff and his men to fighting his to watch when they were hard. David went among them, one of the sheriff's men shot his sword and ran my father through. I wondered why my uncle would then defeat my father. A short time later, I made my way down to the foot. As David sought to enter his court,
Send a torch to the castle!
as did the others. Help me up the ladder! No, first the sheriff and some I ran to my mother's room with the help of the servants all together. The servants others into a carriage before the sheriff went to rest. I directed the stable to drive rifles to wait the colors. I far to the north. My mother was more than 100 how fast I would join her. His legs were covered. He jumped on my horse. A plate of brass was on his chest. He sped down the road which led to Sherwood Park. The normal man high. And there were those who would swear as I fired headlong the way I did 20 miles. As Don John approached the foot of the mountain where we were camping, he raised his I knew I must be hidden from my Prince John, and I raised my hand.
We explore the nations underwater world. I'm Jean-Michel Cousteau.
What is your wish?
From out of nowhere, there appeared a huge shadow, dressed in the richest of robes. I threw myself upon the ground, speechless and wet, and spoke.
What is
Take
your
millions
wish?
of years to build the limestone skeleton. It has.
Who are you? What are you looking at?
Then I fell
I'm
into
trying to
you
make a
rubbed the ring.
documentary film.
A film? I've always wanted to be in a film.
I chose the
Can you make fine doing?
I watched the wish, and it shall be granted.
Then I looked around. What all I could out of this place. I could not return home. I could not even show myself beyond showing the unless I did. There was a public cemetery. And when it was so busy, I found myself outside my father's. Since Prince John has made me an offer, I shall be sure the old landlord. I shall live here in Sherwood Forest. Now, by one blessing or another, I shall be escaped from Prince John and his treacherous followers, all that they have taken away. And surely I shall remain in Sherwood Forest until I am
Advanced video game you can play is awaiting your discovery and showcase pizza place.
I shall through myself in parts of my machines. I shall call myself Robin. There must be one among you who would make a Goliath challenge.
It also doesn't help that
Is your wish
wanted in
granted?
one
That I fight
giant
him?
dark
Why have you
room to
returned?
itself.
David,
I did not rub the ring.
Defending his Willy Wonka sinking down to a giant chocolate bar.
What have you done with the lab until your mother rubbed it? She summoned a
Gorgeous
boy.
robbery.
Your wish was
Yes.
just to watch the fight.
Watching a movie. Oh, I hope Dirk's reunited with his Western Mouse fan. Will this ever become a movie?
May it seem if ever I could have only to rub
Others would also join Did you deliver the what was this bridge? It was a what
dressed as I am with my hair cropped short. They saw me only as a stable boy, and I was able to pass them unnoticed. Now I am here with you, Robert, and here I shall stay until you leave Sherwood Forest.
Marion, I
I
cannot...
shall stay. I will cook for you and all the others. I will mend what has been torn, and see that you all will mind your manners when you sit down to dine.
Well, I cannot argue with you, Marion. How say you, Little John? Does she stay?
As a majority of one, I say she stays.
The days that followed were happy days. Often we would stop the carriages of satin-coated lords on their way to the court of Prince John, and when we had relieved them of their money and valuables, they were permitted to continue on their journey. Then, under protection of the night, we would ride through the countryside, leaving bags of gold on the doorsteps of those who had forfeited their savings to Prince John. Several times we were seen by the sheriff's men and pursued by them, but we managed to outshoot them with our bows and arrows and to outride them. My merry band of outlaws were truly the finest archers and horsemen in all of England. Then came a chance to do that for which I had waited many months. To repay the sheriff for all he had done to me and my family. One fine spring day, I happened upon a young butcher on his way to the market to sell his beef and mutton. A plan formed in my mind, and it took no more than 6 marks to buy his load and his apron. Completing my disguise, I climbed to the wagon seat and set out for the market in Nottingham town. Reached the marketplace, I added my voice to the vendors, all the while hoping to find the sheriff in the crowd. Then I saw him coming out of a tavern. I approached him and bargained with him over my fresh meat, offering him the whole lot for a mere 2pence. The sheriff was a shrewd and greedy man, and asked if I had more meat elsewhere. This was exactly what I hoped he would do. In my disguised voice, I said, "Aye, my lord, 500 and more horned beasts have I, and my brothers, and land. I know not how many acres we have. Beasts we cannot sell, and land we cannot plant. Would that we were free of them, and the worry they give us."
And what would you ask for your beasts and land?
"Well, sire, I've been told they're worth at least the sum of 500 pounds.
Oh, I'd like to help you be rid of these beasts you cannot sell and land you cannot plant, but 500 pounds. I offer you 300 pounds, all in good hard silver and gold. See here."
Methinks the Lord Sheriff knows well the value of the beasts and land is more than 500 pounds, but, I will take your 300 pounds, for my brothers and I would be rid of this millstone about our necks.
Then it is agreed.
It is agreed. I will take you where my brothers are, and you shall see for yourself what a bargain you have made. As we left Nottingham town and took the road toward Sherwood Forest, I noticed the smile on the sheriff's face. Oh, how proud he was of himself and the advantage he had taken of the poor, stupid butcher. We did not speak until we came to the edge of the forest. Then I stepped down from the wagon. My brothers wait for me just beyond that clump of trees, sire. If you will give me the 300 pounds, I will call them.
First, I would see what I have purchased with my 300 pounds.
You do not trust me, sire? If it is your thought that I lie, then you are free to dissolve our bargain and return to Nottingham town.
You have my trust, Butcher. You have my trust. Here, there is your 300 pounds. Now show me what my money has purchased.
Aye, Lord Sheriff. You shall see immediately.
What blow you that horn, Butcher?
I only summon my brothers, sire. Before the sounds of my horn had died,
We were surrounded by Little John, Alan Adale, and the others. The sheriff's eyes widened in amazement and his face paled.
What? You are Robin Hood and his outlaws!
Aye, Lord Sheriff. These are my brothers, and this is the land we cannot plant. And the deer you see beyond the trees are the horned beasts we cannot sell. I have told you the truth, and you have paid £300 to hear it. There now, my Lord Sheriff, I suggest you turn back to Nottingham Town, unless you wish to join us in Sherwood Forest.
You shall all hang for this, every one of you. I myself will spring the trap.
Farewell, Sheriff. You drive a hard bargain. £300 was a small sum to pay for the death of my father and the loss of our land. But I was satisfied. And so the years passed in Sherwood Forest. 3 years, 4, 5. Marion and I often rode through Sherwood Forest as we had in years past, when there was happiness and contentment in the land.
Robin,
Yes?
you are strangely silent. What troubles you?
It was nothing. I was thinking back to the time before Robert Huntington became Robin Hood, when you and I rode as we do now and spoke of marriage.
That day will come again.
Not so long as Prince John rules the land, and we must remain here in Sherwood Forest. We're outlaws with a price on our heads, and we shall remain outlaws until...
Robin, look.
We stopped short as a figure on horseback stepped out from behind the trees and blocked our way. It was a man dressed in a monk's habit, with the hood pulled down over his head. When he made no attempt to move, I motioned to him. Stand aside and let us pass. Still he sat motionless. Will you not speak? Who are you? And why come you to Sherwood Forest?
I am a stranger from the land to the north. In Nottingham Town, I heard stories of the outlaw Robin Hood, who slays and steals without mercy.
That's a lie. Robin Hood seeks only to return to the poor that which was unlawfully taken from them.
You speak angrily in his defense, fair maid. You know this Robin Hood well?
I know him well.
Then you can tell me, does he in truth live here in Sherwood Forest?
He does indeed, and so do I. And we have sworn to do so until King Richard returns from the Crusades.
And is this Robin Hood loyal to Richard?
Why ask you these questions, stranger? Perhaps you have come to spy for Prince John.
I come only to seek information, and perhaps to talk with the Robin Hood of whom I've heard the people speak.
Then your quest is at an end. I am Robin Hood. And now once more I say, stand aside and let us pass.
And if I continue to refuse?
Then perhaps I shall cause you to change your mind. As I spoke, I grasped the stranger by the sleeve and pulled him from his horse. He fell to the ground, and in a moment I was upon him.
You fight well, my friend. The stories of your strength do not exaggerate.
You also fight well. This was no weakling with whom I fought, and I was hard put to keep my balance. Suddenly, as the stranger fell to the ground, the hood fell back from his head, and I heard Marion gasp.
Robin, it's the king.
Your Majesty!
Your Majesty.
In stunned confusion, I fell to my knees and begged the king's forgiveness. He bade me rise and explained why he had come to Sherwood Forest. On his return from the Holy Land, after the defeat of Saladin, he had heard rumors of discontent among his people, and Prince John had assured him that any discontent there was had been caused by the looting and killing of the outlaw Robin Hood. Having determined to see for himself what sort of man this outlaw was, he donned a monk's habit and came to Sherwood Forest. When he asked my Christian name, I said that I was Robert, son of the Earl of Huntingdon, and that the woman by my side was the maid Marion, daughter of the Earl of Fitzwalter. I told him all that had happened during his absence and of the treachery of Prince John. When the king had heard my story, we returned to our camp. As my men bowed before our noble King Richard the Lion-Hearted, he spoke to them.
I grant a free pardon to all of you who have fought tyranny from your home in Sherwood Forest, and promise
Sherwood Forest to become the Earl of Huntingdon, and Marion to become Lady Huntingdon. Prince John was banished, and the sheriff removed from office. Once again, happiness and contentment filled the land. But it was the end of the adventures of Robin Hood and his band of merry men.